What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Chris Lee TV back again with another video. As you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to talk about the importance of getting your full insurance benefits with these trucking companies. In particular, I want to talk about short-term disability, long-term disability, life insurance, accidental death and dismemberment, all that stuff. Right now, I'm talking about that because I had a wreck. I was in a wreck. It wasn't in the truck. Fortunately enough, I was not in the truck when I got into a wreck, but it could have been. It could have happened anywhere. Anything could have happened, especially out there on the road. You guys see it every day. Accidents happen. People get into wrecks. It might not be your fault. It might be somebody else's fault. But you never know the outcome of what happens out there on the road. That's why I want to talk about this, because getting that insurance, it seems like a lot of reasons I never got it in the past is just because I never thought I would need it, right? It's just something I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever, like I don't need that. It's taking more money out of my check. I'm not gonna have to have an issue. I'm not gonna have an issue where I need to take advantage of this. But for some reason, I think just about thinking about my family, thinking about the money, if the money dries up, if the money stops, in those types of situations, if I'm not able to work, then what happens? So kind of what happens after that? What happens when something happens and I'm not able to work and go to my full-time job, and I still need to pay these bills? I can't put that burden on anyone else. Nobody's gonna come save me. Nobody is my security blanket. So that's when things like that come into play. That's your security blanket. That's your, that's the thing that comes and helps save you. That also in a good savings account. Everybody should be budgeting and having like rainy day funds and sunny day funds and whatever good credit and things like that. But it's not always the case. So what happens if you don't have those things? Or what happens if you have already allocated those things for something? You don't want to dig into that pot. You have short-term disability like I do, in my case, or long-term disability, accidental death and dismemberment, life insurance. These are all things that coincide for the what ifs. Things that can happen, but we pray that they don't happen. I pray that nothing happens to anybody out there, but we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or the next day after that. So all we can do is be prepared. So what I did was, once the insurance came around, I kind of put it off for a little bit, but the lady kept calling. Me and my wife sat down with her and we heard all the products that she offered. They did offer life insurance. I already had that. They did offer short-term disability. I did take that, and there might have been something else I took. Like I'm not sure. I have to look at the package, but you do want to look at those packages. You want to review those packages. You want to look at the paperwork. You want to make sure that you understand what's going on. So once I did get into a wreck, I got into a wreck in this car in my Kia Telluride. Someone, like I said, what happened, I was leaving the bank and I was at a red light and the light went green. The person behind me was on their cell phone and they smashed into the back of my car. They did a little damage, and their insurance, we exchanged insurance. I had to get a rental car. I took my car in to get repaired. It took about 2 months to get my car out of the shop. They replaced a lot of stuff. They did a lot of stuff. It was about $10,000 worth of damage done to my vehicle. There wasn't no damage done to the other vehicle that was visible. It was like a big Chevy Silverado. So not much damage was done to that vehicle. Those vehicles have a lot of power. So that's why it was so much impact, that happened. Unfortunately, it did injure me and my wife. Specifically me, it injured my kind of lower back area. I had already started kind of thinking about what I needed to do. We talked to insurance people. We hired an attorney and things like that. But as far as the short-term disability comes in, I couldn't go back to work. I could not go back to work with the issue that I have and the amount of stress that my job requires on my body. Me as a car hauler, it's a lot of things that I need to do. A lot of maneuvering, a lot of bending, flexing, pulling, pushing, pulling. It's a lot of that goes down when you're a car hauler. having to climb out of windows and out of the back of cars in order to make these cars fit on the trailer. I knew I wasn't capable of doing that. So that's when, you know, I got to getting in the mindset of, okay, what do I do next? Because if I can't do that, then what's next? I had short-term disability. I called my company and let them know what's going on. I called the insurance and let them know what's going on. They had to get a note from my doctor, and they got that note from my doctor saying that I will be out of work for some time. I think it's a short-term disability is like 6 months. So they got the note from my doctor saying, hey, he's going to need to take advantage of some of this time because he's not going to be able to return to work due to his injuries. So I got that, and I turned all the paperwork in. I kind of just waited around a little bit. I would call and check up on, you know what I'm saying? You do want to stay on top of that. You do want to stay on top of, because like several people are interacting in this process. So I had my job that had to fill out portions of the paperwork. My doctor had to fill out portions of the paperwork, and I had to fill out portions of the paperwork. So I have to kind of track each step of the process and make sure everybody fills out what they need to fill out correctly, just to kind of not hold up the process, right? Because right now I'm not working, so I only have limited funds where I'm going to run out of the money that I have if I don't get this next deposit. So I'm trying to keep track of what's going on. I'm trying to make sure everybody's doing everything right. So I'm making phone calls. I'm trying to stay on top of it. I'm making phone calls. I'm emailing. I'm like, hey, I sent you the paperwork. Did you receive it? Just, let me know that it's been received. Were you able to fill it out? Okay. And if they got it, hey, I'm making phone calls. Has it been processed? Is everything, what's it looking like on the processing time? What's it looking like on the deposit time? What's this looking like? How much more of this am I able to take advantage of, just in case my doctor says I need to stay out a little bit longer? Like, these are questions I'm asking these people as far as the insurance, because I don't know. I'm not in control of how my body heals. I'm not in control of, the type of injury that I have. I'm not in control of anything, right? It's all up to my body to heal on itself. It's all up to my body to tell me, hey, it's time to go back to work. And until I get to that point, I need some type of assistance to get me there. That's where the short-term disability comes in. That's where a long-term disability will come in. That's when all of these types of insurances come in. So if you have thought about it in the past, if you thought about it, if you don't have it, if you are offered it by your job, I would say please get it, because you never know what's going to happen. And this is, like I said, it's not a video to jinx you. It's just a video so that you are prepared for everything, prepared for anything. You always want to be prepared and set yourself up just in case something happens in the future, especially if there's no one else but you that's able to take care of you. You don't want to rely on people. You don't want to put that burden on people. So you want to make sure that you're able, or not at, you might need help, but you don't want to put as much of a burden on people. And you want to make sure that you kind of put your ducks in a row and take advantage of something that is really a grown-up thing to do. If you're working, if you have a job, then it's kind of like something that you should, I think anyone who has a job should do, is take advantage of short-term and long-term disability. I wasn't even working when this happened. So you don't have to be at work for something like that to happen. It's not even a job-related issue. It's not a job-related injury, but it's something that's keeping me away from being able to do my job. So that's why I just think that everybody should have this. Like, it's really important. So far, I've been out of work, a couple months. I want to go back to work, and no matter how bad I want to go back to work, it's really not up to me. But with this video, I just want to let you guys know that this is something that's very important, so I had to make a video about it. If you are a subscriber, if you are new here, Chris Lee TV, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, comments. What do you guys think about the importance of these benefits? If you don't have them, like I said, I suggest that you do get them. Next time that insurance does an enrollment, or if you're able to sign up for it now, if you're new at CDL school, this is very important. I think that all new drivers should definitely get, short-term, long-term life insurance, all that good stuff, because it's very important. It helps you out in the long run. That's it. That's this video. I really appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for my next video. It's Chris Lee TV, and I'm out. Deuces.